Hey guys, Sindar here. Just doing a bit of a replay. Someone in the Amateur Dota 2 League requested that I do a cast of one of their recent events, so I'm happy to do so, just looking for things to practice on. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoy this cast, and if you have any feedback or suggestions, feel free to let me know in either the chat or if you're watching this on YouTube in the comments below. Thanks, I'd appreciate it. So, already well into the draft. Coin Hero Power. This game was yesterday, I believe, so this will be on 6.87 on the new patch. And it will be Kunkka Lone Druid opener for Sanity's Eclipse. Coin Hero Power going for the first pick Lich. I think that's going to be a very standard pick over this patch. The hero is very, very strong right now until it's reworked. I'm suspecting a bit of a minor debuff, or nerf rather, in 6.87b whenever that arrives. The sacrifice on the range creep, the fact that a range creep is 40% of the XP for an entire wave, and that Lich can just get rid of that for the enemy laner, maybe a bit too strong. Gives him a lot of potential early on in the game. And Coin Hero Power will go for the Witch Doctor next. Now, I'm assuming this is a laning Kunkka. I mean, if we see it in the pro scene, it's mostly been as a support, but I don't think many non-pros run it in the support role, so I'm looking to see that probably in the mid lane, although they may want to change it up depending on what Coin Hero Power pick up for their mid laner. And the Axe Band, no surprise there. Lion Band as well, just another strong controlling hero. And looks like Coin Hero Power want to make sure they have relatively strong lanes, judging from these pickups. Silencer Void and Darkseer banned out from Sanity's Eclipse, so a couple of offlaners taken out of the picture. Also, Silencer not wanting the global silence to interrupt the Kunkka combo. Makes a lot of sense. And, I mean, Lich also in general just a nice pickup against the Lone Druid because it's easier to get those bounces if he doesn't micro his bear well. You can get a lot of damage out of that ultimate, so
5 seconds remaining.
Sanity's Eclipse still yet to pick up 2 supports most likely, whereas Coin Hero Power still have all their cores left to pick.
Time.
And I'm really curious to see what kind of direction both teams want to go for, whether this is going to be just kind of a standard all-around draft, whether they're going to pull out some cheese, maybe go for an early push or a hard farming late game carry. We'll have to wait and see. I really like the synergy of Witch Doctor and Lich, I have to say. The bouncing cask into the bouncing Lich ult can be really, really strong. The slow from Lich as well gives more time for the Death Ward to do damage. And at the same time, Kunkka with the X marks and the torrent, really helpful for allowing the Lone Druid Bear to stay on a target. You try and run away, you just get X back, and they have lots of time to beat in on you. So potentially scary for these rather slightly weak supports. Lich not so weak these days. He finds himself a lot of levels early, so gets up those early stats. And of course, Ice Armor very, very nice against the bear, as it does slow attack speed as well as movement speed. So Sanity's Eclipse dipping into reserve time a little bit here, trying to decide. I'm really hoping they pick up some supports here, as finding another core would probably reveal a little too much about their draft, give Coin Hero Power maybe a little too much time to potentially counter it. And they'll go for a Bloodseeker. Okay. So I guess this will be a mid Bloodseeker, safe lane Kunkka, off lane Lone Druid. And Coin Hero Power instantly go for the Tidehunter.
Radiant team
so far, a really nice amount of team fight power coming out from Coin Hero Power, with the ultimate as well as, or the Ravage as well as the Death Ward as well as the Lich ultimate. Then Bloodseeker,
10 seconds
I mean, as far as synergy, there is a lot of really scary chase on Sanity's Eclipse here. If they get ahead early, you've got the Bloodseeker, you've got the Kunkka with the X marks. It's going to be really hard for Coin Hero Power to disengage if their fight doesn't go as planned, and Rubik makes that even more so.
Dire team pick.
He will be looking to go for a Blink Dagger eventually, can get that catch on fleeing heroes potentially. And the Fade Bolt got buffed slightly, but more importantly, the Magic Aura is just going to be really nice against this lineup. Obviously, Rubiks don't necessarily level that a lot early, but, I mean, I did see a game the other day in a pro scene. I think it was Fantastic 5. The Rubik put only 1 point in lift, 4 in Fade Bolt, and 3 in the Magic Shield. So, it could be strong. A lot of magic damage coming out from Coin Hero Power right now. And now, We're looking for either a mid or a safe lane. A mid to go up against the Bloodseeker. Wind Ranger's nice. So if he casts his ultimate on you, you just wind run, and then he can't hit you, and then the bleed fades away, and you can run away. It's a nice escape mechanism, a nice way of preventing him from using that ultimate to get damage onto you. And as well, being a ranged hero, it is easier to harass him. Of course, Bloodseeker, with that passive, does have the ability to heal back up off of creep cycle, so it is kind of hard to harass him at a lane. But, I mean, a ranged advantage is always going to be nice for you and will enable the Wind Ranger to farm quite well. Even if she can't outright win the lane, she won't get kicked out of it by the Bloodseeker, and that's nice. Bloodseeker, who doesn't have a great laning stage, he's a really snowball hero, so if he doesn't get that, it can be a little harder for him to have an impact.
10 seconds remaining.
And Anti-Mage, the final ban for Sanity's Eclipse, which makes perfect sense. They have almost no lockdown for an AM. They've got Lift and Root. And Coin Hero Power going for the Dusa. I mean, the team fight is amazing. Stone Gaze into Ravage into Witch Doctor ult is terrifying. But at the same time, I mean, Medusa does take a long time to come online. You're against early snowballing kind of heroes like Bloodseeker, Kunkka, and Lone Druid. Sanity's Eclipse can push relatively quickly with this lineup and might not give the Medusa space to farm up. So I think a lot of it's going to depend how good can Coin Hero Power run their lanes. Can they get a lot out of the laning stage? Because if Sanity's Eclipse get too much, I feel like they're just going to walk all over these heroes before Medusa gets a chance to come online. And Sanity's Eclipse going for one last pickup. They are looking for another support, I believe. Yep. And they've got the Lift. A Silence would be really, really nice here. Silencer is banned, though. They banned it themselves. Death Prophet not really going to be played in the support role. Drow not going to be playing the support role. Who all has silences? Another option, if you don't want to get a silence, is you can just get some kind of hard lockdown. Venge and Lion. Okay, they'll go for Lina. So there's some lockdown. There's some burst damage as well for the Medusa. Not to mention these other heroes. I mean, Wind Ranger, if she pops her Wind Run and you can blow her up with the Laguna Blade, then the hero is very, very vulnerable to that kind of play. And, I mean, as much damage as Torn Chewy's going to be able to dish out on the hero, if the Wind Ranger is never not squishy, basically. So pressure will be on Coin Hero Power to secure their lanes, to make sure that things go well early so that Sanity's Eclipse don't snowball too hard. Because, you know, if this lineup gets rolling, if Lina and Rubik get ahead in levels and Bloodseeker can do a lot, then I feel like Sanity's Eclipse have a really good shot here. But it'll all depend on how the next few minutes go. And just loading in now. Turn off the camera. And we'll hop into the game. So, guys, if you're just joining me, this is AD2L Season 10. This is a replay of a match the other day between Coin Hero Power and Sanity's Eclipse. This is Game 1 of a best of 3, I believe. And I haven't seen any of the games, so no idea what's coming. And it was Jet on Sanity's Eclipse that asked if I could cast this. So, happy to do it, man. I hope you enjoy the cast, and I'm looking forward to the game. So we'll have a quick pause while the rest of Sanity's Eclipse connects to the game. But in the meantime, I'll just go ahead and introduce the heroes on Coin. We got Calliope playing the support Lich King. It'll be Neresis on the offlane Tidehunter, Torn Chewy, taking the Wind Ranger towards the mid lane. That leaves Condota on the Witch Doctor. And finally, Fewer on the Medusa. On the other side of things, we've got Jet playing the Kunkka. It'll be the next level, playing the Rubik. Yilius on the Lone Druid. I like that Panda on the Lina. And that leaves one last hero, the Bloodseeker, who I'm not sure who's playing, but as soon as he gets in here, we will introduce him. Now, as far as laning stage, we've already talked about that. I already have mentioned who I favor in the early game and who the pressure is going to be. So I'm just going to skip ahead, see if we can find the end of this pause time. As it will be Kiki on the Bloodseeker. All right, there we go. So it looks like we're good to go. And I'm a little curious about how Sanity's Eclipse are going to lane this. I mean, my gut is that their Bloodseeker will be mid and the Kunkka safe, but they could switch it up. I mean, Lone Druid, a hero that has been showed can be played in multiple lanes and still have a really good impact. If they really want to guarantee that early Radiance on him, they can potentially give him the safe or even the mid. And at the same phase, Coin Hero Power, the Wind Ranger is going mid with this Null Tally into 2 shared Tangos build, but I mean, I've seen Fiora or Medusa run mid quite effectively in the past. It's a hero who can get a lot out of a 1v1 lane with that Mystic Snake for harass. And it looks like an early invade of the Dire Jungle by Sanity's Eclipse. No smoke on this, but there was no ward early planted, so won't get scouted. And it looks like they're going for a wraparound play on Coin here, who are situated around the top rune.
30 seconds.
I don't think they've spotted Sanity's yet, though. Lone Druid Bear scouting. Ping's starting to come out now. And the bear will see them. If someone walks onto this high ground, they're just straight up dead. But it doesn't look like Coin are going to fall for that. They'll back off. Get under their own tier 1 tower. And should be fine. Yeah, they read the situation well. Realizing their wraparound plays there, they move out to the bot rune. And looks like it will be no early action. Just a rune for rune split across the map.
Money to burn. Every coin helps.
And... okay, this is Lina mid. So I guess that means it is the Kunkka support. Yeah, buying wards. I like this a lot. He is a hero who, I mean, even if he has a lot of farm, he is vulnerable to ganks. He's easy to take down early, even once he finds farm. His spells do a lot, but he's not really the best get in your face and right click kind of hero. So having him in a support role a lot safer, assuming he can get his levels. If he can get his levels, be effective with those rotations. Meanwhile, mid lane, the lift is there. They may catch out to the next level here. As nice Torrent actually catches all 3 and saves the Rubik. Really well placed from the Kunkka there. And Torrent Shui against the Lina. This favors the Lina much more than the Bounty Hunt or the Bloodseeker, who will be safe lane against the Tide. And of course, Tide going to get a lot out of this. It is a 1v1 lane for now. And Tide against any melee core is going to have a reasonable time if he's not harassed too hard. So he won't be able to stop Kiki from farming, but Kiki won't be able to stop him either. And it looks like there are supports rotating through the next level, and Jetblaze will be laning on this bot lane and trying to pressure the Tide Hunter out of lane. He does have an Iron Talon though, so if he's forced back, it's not the end of the world. He does have that farming mechanism in the jungle. Meanwhile, it's Fiora up against the Lone Druid here in the safe for the Dire, with Calliope doing some pulls. So for the most part, pretty standard laning setup here. And I'm really curious what the Bloodseeker's move is here. The nice thing about having a Bloodseeker as a core is that, of course, once he gets a couple levels up, gets that 1 or 2 early items, he can easily rotate into the jungle full time and get a lot out of that, and potentially giving the lane to one of his supports to farm up. And Torrent Shui taking a lot of harass here. Still about 150 from the bottle, and only has 1 shared tango left. So I like that Panda doing a great job dodging out the power shots. Really? Actually, Torrent Shui may go down here. The stun connects, and that'll be your first blood solo kill from I Like That Panda. And a little too cocky from Torrent Shui, staying in that lane at that low HP. Will cost him his life. And with that kill, mid lane is basically won. Solo kill at 2 minutes in means that I Like Panda is going to have a really big advantage. He's already got his bottle coming out on the courier now. And Condota will just come into mid lane, try and stab some XP while his buddy's gone. And may look to stick around here and just get Torrent Shui back into things. Tidehunter doing well. He's found himself level 3.5, so already getting a lot of XP. On the other side of things, Lone Druid, though, sitting in about the same boat. And the last hit advantage early on does go the way of the Radiant, as Neurosis getting pushed out of lane by the Rubik. And Lina now has a double damage rune bottled up, so Torrent Shui has to be really careful here. Another stun connects, and he may fall before he gets a chance to pop the win run. Goes for it. Not going to connect. We'll just get some casual harass, and Torrent Shui finally has his bottle online, but I like that Panda doing a really good job of avoiding the power shots and not getting caught out by that extra damage. Now there's a nice stack of neutrals that the Radiant have made is serving Neuros as well. He'll get to farm this up with that 2 points up in Crack and 1 in Anchor Smash. And once again, mid lane. Torn Chewie could be in trouble here. Pops the win run. Will be fine. And the Tidehunter's still tanky. They're going on Condota, though. Do they have any follow-up? Nope. The slow is there, but the X marks onto the Tide, brings it back into another Torrent. Neresis may fall here. And Kiki doing his best to body block. Doing a pretty decent job of it, too. Neresis is tanky, though. I don't think they get him, but he has to pop himself. Does still have it, though. And I'm really surprised, honestly, that this Lich isn't just sitting mid helping Torn Chewie. Because the Tidehunter's doing fine. He's getting his last hits, 13 and 1 on him. He's not being killed. And the Wind Ranger needs the help way more. She's actually keeping up reasonably well with the last hits, but just the amount of pressure she's under, you really want your Wind Ranger to have a good game, because since you're running a Dusa, that Dusa, you're going to need the Wind Ranger online earlier than you might otherwise, just to counteract the fact that Dusa can't really do much early. And now Neurosis may have come out a little too far against this tri-lane here, as the X marks into Torrent is available. Kiki getting him quite low. The lift is there to follow up, and that's enough control. It should be. He does proc the Kraken Shell, but should still fall here. One last fade bolt from Rubik will do it. 2-0 on the board. And Sanity's Eclipse, well, I said in the draft they needed to get off to a decent early start, and it looks like they're doing so. Last hits, all still in the favor of the Radiant, and with those 2 kills on the board, doing well as far as kills go as well. Now Lone Druid gets a root on Calliope here, who's actually quite low. This could be another kill, solo kill if you're off-lane Lone Druid. The Witch Doctor just posting up a little too close. This bear is level 3, and another root comes out of Fure. He is almost out of mana. Ilias doing a great job of pressuring here. And, I mean, you can't forget that the fact that root is now a semi-random chance is actually kind of a buff for the Lone Druid, because you're less likely to get 3 roots in a row, but you're more likely to get 1 or 2 while you're bashing on a player. So more reliable lockdown coming up from that spell for him. And you can see it there. It gives him a lot of control, a lot of ability to take out these squishy supports.
Don't burn your fingers.
I like that Panda. He's gone for the Windlace. I like that a lot. Now Shackle not going to latch, and Torn Chewie forced to push the wind run, and Kondo will rotate through. Power Shot connects, actually getting the Lina quite low. She's bottle crowing, it looks like. So that'll be coming back out, and she will be fine. Going to drop off the completed Hand of Midas for the Lone Druid on its way. So nice timing from him. 6 minutes in on the off lane. That's not bad at all. In fact, he's actually surpassed all 3 of the heroes on the Dire side at this point, considerably ahead of this Dusa. And I mean, this is ostensibly a dual lane, as Calliope is in the area. You think that Cask would give him a little more space, but Fure really not able to do a lot against this Lone Druid here. And the Cask does bounce. He's got another bear summon too, if need be. Mystic Snake does a decent amount, and it will force this Lone Druid off the lane for now. Lina, nice Shackle coming in from Torn Chewie. Is there enough follow-up? Focus Fire is activated, and the stun will miss. But I don't think there's enough damage unless Condota can get a rage for the slow. It looks like he can't. Power Shot off the mark. I like that Panda jukes by running straight. Always the last thing they'd expect, and will be safe. And meanwhile, Kiki quietly farming up here, your last hit leader tied with the Lina. And I'm really curious to see what he wants to go for this game. There are some new options available, given some of the changes to items this patch. I wouldn't actually mind seeing him go for potentially an early Vanguard, since that now has a build-up now. And also just gives him that early tank ability. I mean, he's a hero that does a lot of damage, but not necessarily the biggest HP pool early on, and it can be vulnerable to Magical Burst. So now Torn Chewie with the Infused Raindrop online. That'll help out a lot against the Lina, especially if you get Laguna Blade caught with that. That nerfs a good third of its damage if it procs on it. So one way of maintaining your life against the Lina. And if we check net worth, I mean, it's what we'd expect to see given the last hit chart and the score. 3 Sanity's Eclipse cores all farming in the lead. But, of course, this is a Medusa strat, and Sanity's Eclipse's lanes were stronger. Oh no, I like that Panda with an Invis rune. Could catch Torn Chewie here. He's low on HP, though. Could be risky to go for. Not wanting to get shackled. As Torn Chewie drops an item. Ooh, that was almost snagged. I like the Panda going for the stun. He's waiting for a hero rotation in. And it's actually Ejet on the Kanka. Will connect with the stun. Now Torchui and Shovel X back. Torrent will be there, and that should be enough control to bring him down. Laguna Blade, not enough mana for it. There's another stun. Going to be off the mark, though. And Rubik in the area, though, with the lift. That should be enough. They will finally finish him up. And at the same time, on the other side, they find the Lich and the Witch Doctor. So I guess the next level and Jet caught out the Lich as they were rotating to the mid, and then the Witch Doctor goes down solo to the Lone Druid. And all of a sudden, 6-0, 9 minutes in, things looking really scary for Coinshop Power. And now, Neurosis could be in trouble as well as the heroes rotate back through. Another Torrent X combo is available. And there it goes. Is there enough follow-up damage? Kiki, he has his level 6 online. They can use it here. Maybe not even needed. There it is. The lift will be there. Throw him away. And that should be an easy kill. Kiki will take him down. Neurosis, tanky, but not tanky enough to deal with that kind of damage. And just accepts his fate, tries and gets what damage out he can, but now the Kunkka with the Soul Ring does have mana problems early on, and the lack of boots is a little bit of a problem, but for the rotations and the efficiency of his time. But having that extra mana is so nice on Kunkka, and it will enable him to do a lot more with these Torrent Boat combos. And Ilias now, Hand of Midas on the bear, as well as another... Oh, he's actually got something potentially flying out on the courier. No? Maybe it was just the boots. Yeah, he's got 2 sets of boots now, so that's the other item. That's where his gold went. And now Lina has actually gone for the infused raindrop herself. So I guess that's nice against the Lich, and it's decent against the power shot as well. But not sure it's worth the 225 gold on that hero. There's not a whole lot of magic burst coming out from Coin. They are rotating multiple heroes into the mid lane now. Shackle going to be off the mark, and a nice steal comes out. He gets the Frost Blast. Power shot connects on the Lina, but there is lots of backup here, and it looks like Coin are going for pressure onto this tier 1 tower. Ravage available, and the focus fire on the tower is going to be there. Can Sanity's Eclipse engage onto this? Well, they don't have their Lone Druid right now, so X marks, connects onto the Tide, will be pulled back into the Torrent, into the stun. This is going to be enough. He's still actually healthy, and they found the Lich on the backside, though. This Rubik doing absolute work. Coin gets a low. He does go down in the end. It is split among assists, but still 2 heroes down, and that was Coin being aggressive. Going in with 5. They still lose 2 heroes, and now Coin Fury popping the ultimate, but he's already lost 2. I don't know if they can get engaged onto this. I like that Panda getting low. Power shot. Witch Doctor Cask will finish him off, just barely. So nicely played by Coin. And Jet actually getting quite low as well. Torchui, another power shot. Not going to connect, unfortunately. But off the back of that, they can maybe take this tower down. On the other side of things, the Lone Druid already pressuring hard, did take down tier 1 of his own. And he's being completely uncontested here, as is the Bounty Hunter, or the Bloodseeker actually, who also claimed a tier 1. So this trade, not really worth it for Coin, as they lose 2 for 1. They gain 1 tower, but lose 2, and now Kiki diving deep, going for Coin, will bring him down, and now TP's out, not going to make it. Neurosis finishes him off, and that's a really big pick. The power shot stolen by the Rubik, and Torchui getting low. Rubik has another power shot in 2. Can he find it? Gonna connect. Nice pick by the Rubik, and 11-2 your score. And the fact that the Lone Druid is getting all this free farm is really concerning for Coin. They do not have a way to deal with him if he comes online too early. Already 1,800 gold up on him. Kunkka taking full advantage of that Tome of Knowledge. Gonna get himself his level 6, and with that boat combo, it's a lot of damage early, not to mention giving that extra survivability to his entire team thanks to the buff. So, I mean, they win that team fight handily without even having that spell online. Now that it's up, Coin have to be even more careful about taking those engages. And rotation through from the next level, and I like that Panda, but they are scouted by a high ground ward here. So Tide knows they're there. Does he want to go onto this? He does have backup rotating through. I like that Panda gets the stun. They know they're being chased now, and they should be able to back off. Or maybe they want to re-engage. There are lots of dire heroes in the area. This could be risky. Neurosis still has the Ravage online, but not going to get a chance to use it maybe, as the Laguna Blade committed. Power shot from Rubik finishes him off. An unstoppable spree for this Rubik. This Rubik is 6-0-2 and has a Blink Arcanes at 13 minutes. Playing out of his mind. And And now both sides sticking around. Blink forward from the next level. And the Wishcatcher Ult will bounce, but so does the Lich. And actually, that brings down the Rubik. That's an unstoppable streak. 658 gold going the way of the Lich. You maybe would have rather had that gold bounty on a different team member, but still really nice trade coming up for that. So that's a 1-for-1 that favors Coin by about a 1,200 gold swing. Kiki looks like just going for the standard Sanj and Yasha. No surprise there. Gives him that extra movement speed, the potential slow. Just a really solid all-around good item for that hero. How's the bear doing? 2,800 gold. That relic is getting dangerously close. And Medusa will rotate through. But she can't really contest the bear one-on-one at this point. He's too far ahead. And Medusa, she's trying to hold her own. She's actually doing not too bad given the game state. Given that it's 12-3, but still only with that Yasha online. And now we have a Yule's Scepter coming out for the Lina. So the combo is available. That one-shot potential on these squishy supports. And the bear, just no fear, pushing Thor back under his own tower. Now Torn Chewie with the rest of his squad, they're looking for a pick here. Power Shot will scout out the bounty, the Bloodseeker. I keep on wanting to call him the Bounty Hunter. I do not know why. But he will be safe for now. And, well, 14 minutes in, the Lone Troop Bear continuing to press here. Only 800 gold to the Relic, and the Medusa doing what she can to hold him off, but like I said, 1v1, it's not a great matchup for her at this farm disparity. And now, Smoked Heroes, I like that Panda, and the next level, rotating through. There is the Blink lift from Rubik, and Fuhrer could be in a lot of trouble here. Only 500 mana. Blink lift, is it going to be there? Yeah, there it is. Stun will connect, and the Laguna Blade online actually doesn't finish Coin off. And now, the Tidehunter Ravage, the Stone Gaze comes out, turns things around. They're going to bring down the Rubik yet again, and I like that Panda. Only getting one stun. Will he be able to get out of here? He's speedy with the Yule's movement speed, and there is an Invis, so we'll be fine, but... I mean, normally you'd say... Actually, they found the Wind Ranger on the top lane. Looks like Kiki found that one. And I mean, you want to say it's only a support pick for Coin, but that Rubik is, like... He's not got support levels of farm right now. The only dire heroes behind is the Dusa, so bringing him down is actually a decent amount of golden XP going your way if you're Coin. Not the worst thing in the world. And Sanity's Eclipse just a little bit underestimating how much damage the Medusa can take, even at this early stage of the game. She has the 4 points up in the mana shield, and is under tower, so a lot of early armor. And Laguna Blade, that's a lot of damage, but he actually only just hit it now, so didn't have the level 2 up. That's probably why she survived. She might have gone down if the level 2 had been available. Now, what's Torn Chewie working on now? It looks like he's got nothing coming out on the courier. And only 1k up on top of his phase and double null. Now, double null builds into something now. I think it's the Veil?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So going for a Veil. Interesting choice. I mean, they don't actually have that much magical damage for that to work with. The Power Shot, the Stone Gaze, I guess, the Mystic Snake, and the Lich Ultimate. Ravage does a decent amount of magic damage, I guess, but still, I mean, it's nice early stats, it has to be said. She is an int hero, so the item, just a good standard, kind of like drums build up. It's like just a standard, solid, early stat item, and he needs to be able to fight and survive a little better at this early stage, so that makes sense. But in the meantime, once again, this Lone Druid getting solo picks. Relic online, another... Actually, he may have the recipe flying out to him. He does. So that's Radiance finished. He'll have it by 18 minutes. And that's 3-0-0 for this Lone Druid, and every single one of those has been a solo kill. So he's getting a lot out of this game, sitting at 9.6k net worth, a good 3k ahead of the nearest farmer on the enemy team. Now, that is a mech completed. Available for Neurosis, but Lich blown up immediately. Now Ravage comes out, the lift is there. Bloodseeker, Stone Druid. The boat is going to be completely off the mark, and the Bloodright not really doing a whole lot as they catch out next level. Now the Wishcatcher ultimate bouncing through onto Jet. Not really doing a lot of damage to him. He's surprisingly tanky. It's the boat buff. But now on the backside, Kiki, the one position, he's the one who's going to go down, and Kanka trying to do what he can. The X marks Tor will connect on Torn Chewie. Not going to enough to bring him down, though, and that's a massive swing for Coin. They didn't find the Lone Druid, though, who all the while that's going on, Takes down the tier 2, almost brings down the tier 3, and I was going to say I'm surprised that Coin took that fight and were able to win it that hard, but when they're fighting 4v5, then, I mean, it's a little more likely you're going to lose that, especially since their leading farmer was not there. They do lose 4, but the fact that they got 2 towers out of it, well, still not worth it. It's a 4K gold swing going back Coin's way. Maybe a bit greedy going for that play without the Lone Druid in the area, but I mean, they still should have a decent lead, I think. So, yep, we're still looking at 8K at 18 minutes. Not at all bad for them, but they got to be careful. They can't give that kind of a swing away for free too many times. And maybe just getting a little too aggressive as they try and look for something and make some pressure, but they don't need to pressure that hard. I mean, Lone Druid, he's doing his own thing. He's, with that Radiance, can basically do whatever he wants, and they have to rotate multiple heroes to gank him. Now at the next level, looking for another play. They scouting out Fuhrer, but they understand how tanky he is. They're going for it. Blink, lift. Is the X combo there? It will be. And now they get the turret, the boat, the stun. Will this be enough damage? Laguna Blade even committed, and Fuhrer still alive. No, finally finished off by one last nuke from I Like the Panda. Now Witch Doctor ultimate going, but it's tanked by the Yule Scepter. Nerosi's doing what he can, gets caught out by another torrent. Does crack and shell it off, but now the bear on the backside finishes off Calliope. Maledict not connecting, and Nerosi's rooted up. Could be in trouble. Nice double shackle from the Wind Ranger. They're trying to take down Ilias, and this would be a huge pick if they can find it. Gonna finish him off in the end with a double damage rune. And now Jet could be in trouble. Under tower, power shot gets him low. Finished off by one last blast from Condota. So 2 for 2, but they did clean up the Dusa. And so the gold trade does favor Coin slightly, but the map control and the late game advantage does still favor Sanity's Eclipse, as they do bring down the top farmer of Coin. They slow her down. She's not on the map, not getting kills or last hits for a decent amount of time. And these cores on Sanity's Eclipse continue to farm up. Now, they did lose the Lone Druid too, but the fact that he's got his Radiance already, I mean, if they killed him before that, it would have been a bigger deal. But since he already bought it up, it's not going to be the biggest thing in the world. And next level playing very, very far forward here, just looking to harass, cleaning up some camps. But, I mean, he's got to be a little careful. He was 6-0-2, and now all of a sudden 6-3-4. So maybe doing a little bit of feeding. And, I mean, you're tempted to look at this game and go, you know what, it's fine. They've still got the edge. But you can't underestimate that rubber band. He had such a nice early start, and you don't want to be giving any more XP and gold to this Coin squad than you have to, because they do have the better late game. And you don't want to let them get there. Now Shackle will connect on the Kiki, but the lift is there to cancel it. Maledict comes out. Can Kiki get away here? It looks like he should be fine. Jet in the area as well with the X marks Tort. And that should be Calliope going down. No, the Stone Gaze comes out. Boat will connect. Is going to be enough to finish him off. It will. Thanks to the stolen Maledict from the next level, who's now caught out, will be brought down. But the Bloodright not actually going to connect on anyone. And I Like that Panda very, very low. No mana for Laguna Blade. So ends up being another 1-for-1 support for support. But once again, that trade is going to favor Coin. But, well, no, never mind. No, it isn't. Because Ilias, yet again, is not here. He's off taking towers on his own, doing his own thing. And now has a Vlad's up on top of the phase boots for the bear. So this is all just bait. All these team fights they're forcing Corn to take are just bait to draw them away from the Lone Druid. Let him get structures. Let him do what he wants across the map. And this Medusa continues to fall farther behind the bear. 3K gold still. And the bear now with the farming tool in the Radiance is going to just continue to open this lead as Medusa, she's been kind of forced somewhat to stay with her team. Not split pushing right now, but I mean, anytime Coin want to go for a play, they've got to bring the Medusa or they just lose. Now looks like we do have a rotation into the dire jungle from the bear. Looking for the ancient stacking that's been going on. We'll stop it for now. Come on, may scout him out. Sees him. Can he do anything, though? Bear summoned back and can go on the Lich. And Lich has to be careful. The lift is in the area. Blink's actually away, and the Lich ult comes out, bouncing a couple times, but he will still fall. And these guys not splitting it properly, but doesn't matter. They do find the pick. They do survive, and now Calliope could be caught out. If he's rooted, he's dead. Nope. The bear will be pulled back to deal with this Tidehunter. Radiance Burn causing a lot of troubles for Fuhrer, who does have that mischance. And we got a pause coming out. On the backside, it looks like Torn Chewy is caught out by I Like to Panda, but he does have that double damage rune online. as well as the Maelstrom. So doing a lot of damage here. Yules, the combo is available though, and Kiki as well puts the, oh nice. Put the Blood Rage on Lina, so the spells did extra damage. And now Ravage comes out, Blood Right will connect on Neurosis though, and he's ulted up, he's brought back, he's going to be stunned up by that Panda, brought down with one last nuke. Lich even steals, or Lich ultimate even stolen by the Rubik for good measure. And that's a team wipe. And with Medusa in the grave for 55 seconds, no buyback, that's just going to be game. This will be a Lane of Rex for the Bear. And they can rotate top after this as the tier 2 has fallen there as well. And as long as the Deuce is down, Ravage is down as well. So even when the Tide comes back, not going to have anything to contribute. And this will be an easy 2 lane of Rex. Ag's now completed onto the Lina as well. So that damage amplified yet further. And, well, they go forward. The boat isn't going to connect on Condota. It will. He's down yet again. No buyback. And Calliope, not a whole lot he can do. And I'm guessing the coin will tap out any second. As the Shackle does connect on... No, it doesn't connect. And now the next level, maybe a little too far, but if he's the only one they lose, they'll be happy with that. As the rest of them, Coconut causing trouble, but they will get out. And looks like Koi not going to tap out just yet. But to play from a 2 racks disadvantage at 24 minutes, I don't care if you have a Deuce or not. That is an almost unwinnable situation. And Julius, what's he got next? Another 2,400 gold. Can potentially go for that AC. Just to finish off this last final lane of Rex. And it's going to take an absolute miracle on the side of Coin or a gigantic throw from Sanity's Eclipse to change this game around at this point. We're talking about a 25k gold deficit, 25 minutes in, and about a 10k XP. So yeah, there it is. A 1k gold advantage, mind you, accrued per minute. So every minute that goes by, the Radiant has farmed 1,000 gold more than the enemy squad. Now Blood Right, just to zone, as Kiki will back off. They're looking for a fight here, but Torchui caught out on the backside by a root. The Laguna Blade will finish it off, and Thor jumps into the middle of things with the Stone Gaze, but he's not tanky enough to survive this. On the backside, the Lich Ult is bouncing, but doesn't finish anyone off, and now Kiki goes on to Fjord. This will bring him down. He does go down. The boat gonna be off the mark, but it doesn't even matter. Calliope caught out by a root on the backside. Ravage committed, will finish off the Bloodseeker. Maybe, no! He's still alive. Glimmer caped up, will get away, and now Neurosis, that's GG. Dominant showing from Sanity's Eclipses. They take the game 27-12. And, well, I'll be back with the second game of the series in just a minute, guys, as soon as I load it up. Just going to restart the stream real quick, and then we'll get into it.